everybody. How are you? Today, we didn't have our film crew, so Mrs. Colby's starting us up. And it's a beautiful, beautiful morning here today. So I hope you're having a great morning at home with everybody. Are you having a good morning, Toby? Yeah, having a great morning. Well, you just made it here. You just flew in by the skin of your teeth. Yeah, I was out playing and I wasn't going to come, but then I decided I'm going to come because I love coming. I love talking to the kids. I know, me too. I love this time we get to be together. I do think it's more fun in the library when we're all together. Don't you think it's more fun? Yeah, for sure. Then I get to see all the kids. I really miss seeing everybody. Me too. But this is good. At least we get to spend some time together every day. So I think that's good. Yeah, it's great. So what were you doing outside? Well, I was riding my skateboard. I didn't know you skateboarded. Yeah, I'm kind of a good skateboarder. My dad let me build a ramp, and you know my friend Tony? Yeah, I do know him. Well, he skateboards too. So we took turns on the ramp. We didn't get really close to each other, but we did take turns on the ramp. Well, like, is it a high ramp? Did you build a really big one? Yeah, it's kind of high, not too high, but we had to do a little jump off of it. Get going kind of fast, up the ramp, and then shoot right off the end of it. Well, that is good. Is it kind of scary? Well, it's a little bit scary. My friend Tony, he broke his arm last year. He broke his arm when he was skateboarding? Yeah, but it's all healed up now, so we don't have to worry about it. Well, that's a good thing. Can you do any tricks? Yeah, I can kind of get up on one wheel. I can kind of jump on it a little bit, land on the back and flip it up. Well, that is a lot of tricks. I cannot even think about riding a skateboard. Why not? I don't know. I just think I would fall right. You know, I would fall. Well, you have to wear protective equipment, of course, because if you land on your elbow, I have to wear a helmet. My mom makes me wear a helmet. Well, that's a good thing. Yeah, I think you definitely need a helmet. Yeah, I wear a helmet if I ride my bike too. Well, I ride my bike almost every day now, and I wear a helmet every day, every time I'm out. Yeah, just in case you hit your head if you fell accidentally. I don't really fall anymore, but I might hit a bump or something. My mom said I could hit a patch of sand, and that could maybe fall a little bit. Well, that's good. You look great. And anything else you did this weekend? Well, I gave Winnie a bath. You gave Winnie a bath? Yeah, she's so funny. We sit her in the sink, and then I rub her with a washcloth, and she laughs. She thinks it's so funny. I still do funny things in her face. Like I go, goopy, 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 Winnie, Winnie, poo, poo. And that makes her laugh. Yeah, she does laugh when I do that. She really likes me. Well, I told you, the older they get, the less they cry and the more kind of fun because they can start smiling and interacting with you. Yeah, makes it a lot more fun. She doesn't even cry that much at night, just sometimes. But it was making it really hard to sleep. I know it was. And you were so patient with her while she worked through that time. Yeah, you're a good big brother. I think I am. I try to be, but man, it's kind of hard with Mikey sometimes. Mikey's a challenge. Oh, Dogers, yeah. He is. Yeah, he still gets into all my stuff. Well, you know what? I think he probably wants to be like you. You know, when you have a big brother, you always kind of want to do what they do and, you know, be with them all the time. Yeah, he follows me everywhere. He even follows me to the bathroom. Disgusting. He does, yeah. He even wants to get in the bathtub with me. Do you let him? Well, sometimes. We do kind of have fun. We throw the soap around and everything, and we squish each other's toys, and we have rubber ducky that we just walk, 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 squeak in the bathtub. Well, that's kind of fun to do, yeah. But not as much fun as giving Winnie a bath. Then I just take the washcloth and scrub her head. She doesn't even really have much hair. Well, sometimes babies don't have a lot of hair when they start out, and then they grow hair. Yeah. My mom said she can't wait till she can put it in a bow. I'm not putting my hair in a bow. Good thing we had a girl. It is a good thing we had a girl. Then you can put her hair in a bow, and you probably won't do that, will ya? No way. My mom said she'll probably paint her fingernails too. I'm not painting my fingernails. Well, you don't have to paint your fingernails. That will just be something Winnie does, I think. Yeah. Well, I can't really stay that long today. I didn't even eat breakfast yet. I went out and skateboarded first, and then I'm going to eat a bowl of Fruit Loops. You're having Fruit Loops for breakfast? Yeah, I love Fruit Loops. And maybe a bagel with cream cheese. That's my favorite. Well, good. Well, I'm glad you stopped in today. I wasn't sure you were coming or not. So I'm really glad to see you. You always make my day happier. Doesn't Toby make your day happy? He makes us smile. I do? Yeah, you make everybody smile. Well, you guys make me smile too, even though you're not here, and even though I'm looking at an iPad, which isn't as much fun, but you still make me smile. Can't wait to see all you guys. Maybe you'll go out and skateboard today. Maybe. I wonder what they're having for breakfast this morning. What did you have? What did I have? I had a protein shake. That's not very as much fun as Fruit Loops. I don't think I'd like a protein shake for breakfast. Well, mine wasn't even really that good. I guess what I did, you won't believe it. What? I put vegetables in it. What? For breakfast? Yeah, I put fruit in it, but I put asparagus. Ew. And I put broccoli. What? Yep, I put broccoli in it. What else did I put? Spinach. That sounds disgusting. Ugh. I would never have that for breakfast. Well, it's good for you, and I'll tell you a secret. Besides the fact that I love frosting, you know how much I love frosting, and I do not like vegetables. You don't like vegetables? Well, I like them if they're raw, but I'm not so good if they're cooked. So if I put them in my shake in the morning, I get some of my vegetables in. Yeah, I guess that's a good idea, but I would never, ever, ever do that for breakfast. Well, I think Fruit Loops sound much better. You know what my favorite cereal is? What? Captain Crunch with Crunch Berries. Oh, man, I love that too. Do you ever have it at Christmas? They make green and red berries? Yes, I have had it at Christmas before. I love it. So I probably love all things that are not good for you, including frosting. Well, I love frosting too. All right. Well, I'm so glad you came today, and I can't wait to see what happens this week, all your adventures. You're always so fun to talk to. Well, you're fun to talk to too. Okay. Well, I can't wait to see you, and have a great day. All right, Mrs. Colby, are you staying for the story? I don't think so. I'm starving. Okay, well, I will put you in your chair, and you can head off. You can go right out the front door if you want to. All right. Thanks for inviting me over. Okay, you can. Watch out for Dexter. Yeah. He does like me, though, now. Okay. We'll see you later. We are going to read a story. I'm going to put you right here in the chair and let you sit right there. Okay, well, today, I love the story we're going to read today. It's called Honest to Goodness Truth, and it is written by Patricia McKissick, illustrated by Giselle Potter. There goes Toby out the door. He kind of slammed the door there a little bit. But anyway, it's such a good story. The Honest to Goodness Truth. Here's a little blip on the back. That's always a good thing to read. It says, if telling the truth is the right thing to do, why is the whole world mad at Libby? Good question. Let's see. Oh, I love sometimes authors put fun pages in the front that are just decorative. Just something fun. Illustrators. Giselle Potter must have said, you know what? It'd be kind of fun to put a chalkboard in the front. Here's the title page. And remember, the title page, again, has the title on it, the author, and the illustrator. Sometimes it's the exact same picture that's on the front. Sometimes they do something new on the inside. I kind of like it when they do something new. And then we have the dedication page. And this one is right on the page that has the copyright. Mrs. Colby calls it the gobbledygook page with all the teeny weeny writing on it. And they put their dedications there. So, Libby hurried out the door and down the porch steps. Did you feed and water old boss? Mama called from her sewing room window. Libby stopped at the gate. Yes, Mama, she answered. She was surprised at how easy that lie slid right out of her mouth. It was greased with warm butter. Uh-oh. I wonder why she's not telling her Mama the truth. Mama stopped sewing Virginia Washington's wedding dress and came outside. Libby dropped her head and wouldn't look in her mother's eyes. Are you sure? Mama asked real stern-like. Speak the truth or shame the devil. Libby opened her mouth, but Mama placed a finger in the air as a signal for her to stop. Libby Louise Sullivan, I will ask you once more and again, did you feed and water old boss? Libby's stomach felt like she'd swallowed a handful of chicken feathers. Her eyes commenced to fill with water and her bottom lip quivered. Then, taking a deep breath and gulping hard, she owned up to her lie. Well, I was gonna do it just as soon as I got back from jumping rope with Ruthie Mae. Uh-oh. That is never good when you don't tell the truth. Especially to your mama. Well, Libby felt a lot better, even though Mama punished her double. One, for not tending to old boss. Libby couldn't go to play with Ruthie Mae. And for lying, she had to stay on the porch the rest of the day. It was the first time Libby had lied to her mama, and as far as she was concerned, it was going to be the last. From now on, I am only going to tell the truth, she decided. Libby started truth-telling on Sunday morning. And this book poses a little bit of a question, because I always tell the truth. But you're going to see where you kind of have some questions. Should she exactly have told the truth? So you'll see what I'm talking about. I believe it's always good to tell the truth. But Libby does come into some situations in this book where you go, oh, I don't know. You'll see what I'm talking about. All the children from Briarsville were gathered around the small church, waiting on Sunday school to begin. Everybody was admiring Ruthie Mae's new dress and matching hat when Libby came skipping up. Morning, everybody. Morning, Ruthie Mae. She spoke all nice. I like your outfit. It's real pretty, but you got a hole in your sock. All the eyes went from the hat and the beautiful dress to the hole. Meanwhile, Libby skipped up the stairs and inside the church without ever even noticing she'd heard the hurt on her best friend's face. But she did tell her the truth. Here her friend is. Everybody's looking at her beautiful dress and her hat. And Libby comes up and she does admire her dress, but she takes the time to point out a hole in her sock, which was the truth. But did she need to tell the truth right then or just not say anything at all? Well, service ended. Same as always, Libby and Ruthie Mae walked home. No, no, and no again, Ruthie Mae glared at her. Libby was purely surprised. Well, what did I do? You told the whole world I had a hole in my sock. Well, it was the truth, Libby pronounced, feeling satisfied. It was just plain mean, said Ruthie Mae, and she hurried away. Libby looked at the idea from the outside in and then from the inside out as she walked home alone. By the time she trudged up her steps, she was confused. Well, the next morning, Libby joined a group of friends on the way to school. Did you do your geography homework? Willie asked Libby. It was easy, she answered. Not for me, Willie shook his head. I didn't understand it, so I didn't do it. And I love the illustrations in this book. Oh, I get an itch on my nose. Well, first thing in class, Libby started waving her hand. Me, Miss Jackson. Me, Miss Jackson. When the teacher called on her, Libby announced, Willie didn't do his geography homework, which was the truth. Doesn't have his homework, corrected Miss Jackson. No, ma'am, he don't. Libby was pleased with herself. Willie gave her an ugly look. Why'd you tell on me, he whispered as he headed to Miss Jackson's desk to explain. With certainty, she whispered back, all I did was tell it like it is. So there. And she folded her hands neatly in her lap. She did tell the truth, but did she have to tell the truth there? Could she just been quiet about it and let him take care of his own situation? Before lunchtime, Libby had told a lot of truths. She reminded everybody how Daisy had forgotten her Christmas speech and cried in front of all the parents, which was the truth. She told how Carlotta had gotten a spanking for stealing peaches off Miss Stacy's tree. Again, the truth. And the whole class knew that Thomas didn't have lunch money and he had to borrow from Miss Jackson. So she's telling everybody all these truths, but should she always tell the truth or just not say anything maybe sometimes? You might have even had somebody tell something about you that was a truth, but you didn't want everybody to know it. And Libby hasn't figured that out yet. She just thinks by telling the truth all over the place that she's doing the right thing. Well, by the time school was out, hardly anyone would even talk to her. "Why are y'all so mad at me?" Libby asked as her classmates started without her. On Libby's way home, she wondered why her stomach felt all fluttery, even when like she did when she told a lie. "I promised my mama I would tell the truth no matter how much it hurt," she reassured herself glumly. "And that's all I done." Look at everybody is upset with her. Well, before Libby knew it, she was in front of Miss Tussleberry's vine-covered cottage. The woman in her rocking chair was gliding back and forward, fanning herself with a hand-folded fan. "Oh, how do, Libby Louise?" she called in her sing-song voice. "What's that sad look you're wearing on such a pretty day?" Libby jumped right in without even bothering her. "Can the truth ever be wrong?" "Oh, no," Miss Tussleberry said, fanning faster. "The truth is never wrong. Always, always tell the truth, Libby." "That's what I thought," Libby said with a smile of relief lighting up her face. Well, Miss Tussleberry leaned over the railing to pluck a bloom from one of the vines that grew all over her yard and up her house. "Don't you think my garden is lovely?" Libby thought on it. Ordinarily, she would have just said yes for fear of sounding sassy, but that wasn't the truth. So polite as please, she answered, "Miss Tussleberry, truly and honestly, your yard looks like a jungle." "Well, I declare," Miss Tussleberry gasped. "Well, don't be mad," Libby pleaded. But it was too late. Miss Tussleberry had rushed inside her house and slammed the door. Uh-oh. Libby told the truth again, but maybe she should have said, "Oh gosh, Miss Tussleberry, I love your garden." That is a hard one to know what to do. Well, even though Mama was busy putting the finishing touches on Virginia Washington's wedding dress, she still took the time to listen to Libby's problem. "I feel something awful. My friends don't like me no more." "Anymore," her mother repeated. "No, they don't, and just 'cause I told the truth." The girl sighed deeply. Handing her a needle and thread, Mama asked gently, "Are you sure they're mad at you for telling the truth?" "Well, I think so," said Libby. "Willie was mad as a hornet when I told Miss Jackson he didn't have his homework, and Miss Tussleberry, she got plenty upset when I said her garden looked like a jungle." Mama smiled. "Oh, I see." Then, putting down her work, she took Libby's hand, saying, "Sometime the truth is told at the wrong time or in the wrong way or for the wrong reasons, Libby, and that can be hurtful. But the honest to goodness truth is never wrong." Then Mama went back to stitching and pulling and stitching and pulling. And let's think about that. Sometimes the truth is told at the wrong time, like in front of people or to the teacher, or when it could be embarrassing, or in the wrong way, like when she saw the little girl at church. She just ran up and pointed out the hole instead of just letting everybody admire her dress. Or you do it for the wrong reasons, like to get back at somebody, to to say, "I told you, I'm just going to tell everybody about it." So I think her mama gave her a little bit of wisdom. Those are all truths, but we don't tell everything all the time to everybody. Some things we just keep inside. Well, Libby walked to the barn to feed and water old Boss, and all the time she was trying to get an understanding of her mother's words. Just then, Virginia Washington sashayed out of the field and past the barn, coming for the final fitting of her wedding dress. As she watched Libby brush old Boss, Virginia burst out into laughter. "Oh, that old horse is older than black pepper," she said, shaking her head. "I doubt you could get $1 for that old flea-ridden swayback." And she flounced off toward the house. "Well, don't say those things about old Boss," Libby called after her, throwing her arms around the horse's neck. She knew he wasn't a fine carriage horse as he once had been, but why did Virginia have to rub it in? But was Virginia just telling the truth? Probably. But was it a very nice thing to tell? She could have just been quiet about it. Now Libby was thinking back on her own truth-telling, and Mama's words suddenly became crystal clear, because there somebody told her the truth about her horse, and she didn't like it so much. Sometimes, even though it's the truth, we just keep it to ourselves. Well, the next day, Libby caught up with her friends on the way to school. She told Ruthie Mae, "You did have a hole in your sock, but I could have whispered it to you instead of hollering out for everybody to hear. I'm really sorry." Ruthie Mae smiled. "You finally get it," she said. Libby apologized to Willie, too. "I should have let you tell Miss Jackson about your own homework. It was unfair, and besides, nobody asked me in the first place." "That's all right, but hey," he added, "do you think you could help me with my geography homework?" "No problem," said Libby. So she's going back and saying sorry for the things that she said, even though they were true. She shouldn't have said them. Later, Libby talked to all the other victims of her truth-telling. But there was one more person she had to see. On her way home, she headed straight for Miss Tussleberry's house. Libby found her neighbor out in front, drawn up on all fours, pulling up flowers and snatching up the vines by the roots. When Miss Tussleberry saw her, she wiped her brow with the back of her hand and flashed her a full smile. "I'm really sorry if I hurt your feelings yesterday," Libby said. "Libby Louise, you were right," said Miss Tussleberry. "This place has gone completely and uncontrollably wild." "But you were so mad at me." Miss Tussleberry waved a dismissing hand. "Well, the truth is often hard to chew, but if it's sweetened with a little love, it's easier to swallow." So Miss Tussleberry's saying, even if you have to tell the truth sometimes, if you do it in a kind and sweet way, it's not as hard to hear. Well, Libby really did understand. She picked up a hoe and she began helping. "Things are really looking pretty good around here," she said. And that was the honest-to-goodness truth. Isn't that the best story? This is one of my very, very favorite books of all time. So I hope you enjoyed it. It's in our library if you ever want to check it out and read it again. So it's a good thing. I'm glad we got to see Toby today, even for a little minute. Hope you have a wonderful day. I'm sure we have some skateboarders out there. Not me, but it does look like fun. Have a great day, and I will see you right back here tomorrow. And I think Francis is coming. All right. Bye, guys.